Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another unboxing with 001 Anthony. Today we are going to unbox a NYM96 or NYM, and I have some Ergodox parts to unbox as well. And so I know on Friday we did unboxings instead of a build. The reason is because we had not had Monday streams for I think 2 or 3 Mondays in a row. So, well, I'm back. We're back. Welcome back, all the Monday folks. I see some of you in chat already. So, hello, ADB7, PC Load Letter, Daywing Dick, NGB, Trini the Gamer, and I did say PC Load Letter, right? I think I did. But yes, so hello everybody. Oh wow, the lighting is all messed up. Well, I love that you love when I look into your eyes, NGB. And Pilot XJ is here as well. Okay, so this is the NYM96. Let me put the link in chat. I'm not quite sure which kit this is. I can't remember because there were two drops. There was one for the bare bones and one for the... Okay, so I put so this is the bare bones kit. I'm gonna put the link in chat. And then this is the... I guess... This one had the option of being assembled. Okay, so let's look at these two links real quick. So this one, 96 key. So we still have the Chewy 60 over here, so we can compare it. So as you can see, the general shape is kind of similar to the Tokyo 60 as well as the Chewy 60. Kind of. Right, it reminds you of, but you know, it's definitely very different. And so we can compare it real quick. And so this one comes with a Type-C connector. You can look at the link in chat. And then the other one was the bare bones. So let me see what the difference is. Is there even a difference? You also have a choice of keycap profile. So did this one come with keycaps? And then this one doesn't? Maybe? I don't know. Yes, I think that's the main difference. Okay, so anyway, this one was dropped off by Purple710, who is not in chat right now, but he's always here. And he's local to Dallas. He's a good friend of mine. We went out for some Indian food on Saturday, and so he dropped off this kit as well, so we can unbox it and look at it on stream. Alright, so let's check this out. So this one, he had the option of picking the switches, and he went with... Oh wow, and that is too dark. Kyle box whites and a silver case. And you guys know how I feel about box whites. Mr. Patrov, hey, no worries. I just realized, did I ever change my stream time to 8 p.m. on Mondays? I don't even remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't even know. I know it still says 7 here, right here, but I think on my Twitch channel it says 8. Like, it's always around 7 or 8. Okay. Yeah, it usually depends on what time I get done with dinner. Alright, so we get a USB-C cable in here. lighting is all messed up. Box whites, of course. Do we know when the is it the cruciformer? Cruciformer? I don't even remember. That stem shape alternative. Isn't that supposed to ship around now? May, June, kind of? So I know Purple is getting... Purple is... Purple 710. It's the owner of this board. And I believe he ordered the stem shaver thing. So, should be nice. Alright, so we get a aluminum plate with switch top removal. I'm always apprehensive about plates like that because usually when it supports switch top removal, that means the cutouts are too loose. Yeah, I see. You can move the switch around quite a bit. Look at that. There's so much horizontal movement. Yeah, so even though I used to think, you know, at one point when the first board that did it was the KC60, where they did the switch top removal, that was basically, you know, that was the thing to get at the time because it was the first board with switch top removal. And, you know, that was before people had hot swap boards and things like that. Now, I'm just like, you know what? We don't need switch top removal. Just, you know, if you want to have the freedom of messing with switches and stuff like that, then just get one hot swap board. And then for all your other custom boards, just get a nice plate to go with it. Alright, so got the aluminum plate. And then we have the PCB. I wonder if it's flashed. We'll find out. We've already got stabilizers installed.
Oh, yeah.
And NGB with 100 bits. Thank you so much. Yeah, PCB looks pretty decent, right? Look at that. Just kind of a basic Chinese PCB, black and gold. Looks pretty clean, you know, for the most part. It's nice to see. It doesn't just have the 2-row LEDs, it has the 2 on the sides, so that's nice. Yes, YMDK, that's correct. So I think maybe you can find it on their Taobao and on AliExpress. If someone can find the AliExpress link to this kit, just feel free to put it in chat. Are these genuine chair stabilizers? They look genuine. But yeah, so these stabilizers are not modded yet, so that's why you can hear. Hear the sound. Oh, they are lubed, but not lubed at the clip parts. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, I wonder if these are genuine. I'm gonna pop one of these out. So no, yeah, these are not genuine, as I suspected. Because the wires look too shiny to be genuine. As you can see. See, it just has the 2 feet instead of the 4 feet. So yeah, so not genuine chair stabilizers. I would recommend him swapping, that's for sure. Yeah, because the fake ones, or the cheap Chinese imitations, it's kind of a hopeless pursuit when you lube them and stuff. Oh man, this kit is surprisingly weighty. I did not. Yes, genuine clones. I did not expect it to weigh this much. I mean, it's not like it's, you know, 11 pounds or something crazy, but it's pretty good. Alright, let's check this out. Yeah, so I have not seen one of these kits in person. So it's always, you know, some people only like to buy the expensive kits. I like keeping up to date with the cheaper kits. I think that it's always good to see what the budget range is capable of. I think it helps us decide what's the bare minimum we should do. Like when you have KBD fans anodizing being one of the best, it's just like maybe some of the expensive boards could do better there. Maybe. Okay. So let's check this one out. Yeah, I think I expected it to be an empty bottom, but this one, dude, I thought it was just gonna be a acrylic or polycarbonate bottom, because that's one annoying thing about the. I don't know if you guys saw in the links, they didn't show a single picture at the bottom, so we didn't really know what it was, and I assumed it was just gonna be like a plastic bottom because of the RGB under the PCB. Yeah, I think there's a time and place for both the budget kits and the high-end ones. I think that, like I said, as a reviewer, it's definitely good to keep up to date with the budget ones. It gives you perspective, helps you compare things better. I need to put rubber feet on here. So don't see any in this box. I'm just gonna add some that I have. I have so many boxes here. I have to hold this thing awkwardly until I find the rubber feet. Yes, I'm assuming it does include the rubber feet. It's just that it's... Oh, wait, maybe it's in here. Yes, it is in here. Whoops. I am a noob. Okay, so how do I should not have put the... This is heavier than I'd like to admit. But it needs, it feels heavier just because I'm holding it on one hand. Damn it. Yeah, I completely forgot about the back of accessories. And we'll check out the cable as well. So this is the Type-C cable that comes with it. It's pretty nice, actually. I mean, it's fraying a little bit, but I'm assuming you can just clean that up. I like this sort of material for keyboard cables. It's not too thin where it looks what's the word? Not wrinkly, crinkly, wriggly, wiggly. Basically, I like when cables keep their shape a bit better, when it doesn't look curly. So this one, the material and the rigidity, I think it reminds me of the Anchor charging cables. So it definitely feels like that one. Yeah, so it's definitely not a soft cable by any means, but it'll keep its shape nicely. Janky. Yeah, cause like how the cheap cables, like the ones that come with most KBD fans and stuff, for example, like this one. See how it keeps the bends and stuff. So I mean, one way to straighten it out is to put it in hot water, or to use a hair dryer. But yeah, but see, so these, it maintains the bends and stuff, and it's annoying. Whereas this sort of material won't do that. Look at that. You can straighten it out nicely, see? For the most part. USB 3.0. I mean, that's what it looks like. I know, right? That's what I'm curious about. Seems like it's a USB 3 just because of the blue. Because, I mean, that's the standard, but most PCBs still don't, well, they don't need to support 3.0. That's the thing. Perfectly fine using 2.0. And in fact, 3.0 actually has a lot of problems compared to 2.0. Like, there's a lot of accessories that actually tell you not to use 3.0 cables because of some either Windows or USB problem. Like, I know, for example, the Blue Yeti microphone, they tell you to use a 2.0 cable and not a 3.0 because you can run into problems with a 3.0. HB says, I'm all about the budget kits, they raise the bar. Well, the good ones. Yes. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. So this is a tray mount setup, and you can see it has the glory hole for the reset button. As you can stick your, well, maybe not your finger, but maybe something smaller, like a pen. Right, your pen is smaller than your finger, right? So stick it in there to hit the reset button. Alright, so. Oh man. So. I should weigh this thing because, yeah, it is surprisingly not light. So let's put the PCB in here. Put the plates, and then we'll wait without all this stuff too. Man, remember the days when the NYM96 was basically endgame? That was pretty much the only high pro aluminum custom 96 key option. And so at the time, man, that shit was legit. I had one. It was my first custom keyboard. Wait, where are all the screws for this thing? Oh, it's in here.
When worlds collide,
is here.
you can run.
But you can hide.
When worlds collide, you'll laugh so hard, you'll swear you died. When worlds collide, hold my hand, I'll be your guide. When worlds collide.
Mr. Keebs and friends. Hello, hello. And Chokan is here too, wow. Both Mr. Keebs and Chokan. Okay, so first of all, please check out Mr. Keebs if you haven't already. It was my... Oh, right, I forgot. There we go. I forgot that. MR Keebs is a Fortnite streamer on Twitch instead of a keyboard streamer. 14 months. Thank you. He's in the top 10 of long-time subs. And he says, long time, my friend. Missed you. Yes. I have missed you as well. Hey, this summer, I have more free time, so maybe I can tune in at odd hours. Victor, pre-1, welcome. But yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Keebs, for the raid. Like I said, if you haven't already, please check out our good longtime friend, Mr. Keebs. He's from Brazil, and I remember when he was just starting his streams, and now he is gone over the cliff. Like, he's just fallen off the deep end. Like, he's 3D printing stuff, and he's got all these crazy things he's doing. I saw him using a Dremel this past week. He's working on something. Yeah, so he's doing all sorts of fun stuff on his streams. And he's got more keyboard stuff than I have, for sure. So definitely check him out if you haven't already. And of course, Chokan is here, so also check out our good friend Chokan. I know most of you have heard of him already. He makes the most fun keyboard content on YouTube. He doesn't stream though, I wish he did. Alright, so NYM96. Let's go ahead and weigh it with the PCB and plate and some stabilizers. 4 pounds. Or 1.8 kilograms. Let's weigh it without the plate and PCB. So without it, it is 1.6 kilograms or 3.6 or 3 pounds and 10 ounces. Yeah, so again, it is not some crazy heavyweight champ, but just because it's a full aluminum case instead of aluminum with a plastic bottom, it's just weightier and chunkier than I thought. So let's check out the anodizing on this thing, and you can see the dimensions on it. Man, the reflections are pretty crazy. Mountain Blocks, welcome to the stream. Should I do? No, that's too bright. Okay, but yes, check that out. So the side profile is pretty nice, I'd say. You know, a very simple shape. Thank you for the follow, Mountain Blocks. Panda Suit is here too. So of course the shame is that the RGB underglow pretty much is non-existent on this board, even though the PCB supports it. But the general shape of this kit is actually surprisingly nice, right? Like if you had to ask me whether I like this, because I know there's a 75% version of this, whether I like in terms of the design, in terms of the looks, whether I like this shape more or the KV75, I would pick this. Right? I like the simple lines a bit more. Although if you compare this with the Chibi 60 and the Tokyo 60, then I don't think this is as attractive. Like look at the Chibi 60 in comparison. See, so these have chunkier flat bezels, whereas the Chibi is almost none, right? Or well, it's like half the. Yeah, it's half the flat bezels, and you can see on the Chibi it's all the same dimensions, right? The same thickness, whereas on the NYM96 you can see that the front and back bezels, or top and bottom bezels, are about, I'd say, 1.5 times the width of the side flat bezels. But yeah, so this is a chunkier one. Like I said, you know, I would definitely prefer the Chibi 60 over this one. I think the dimensions on this just are sleeker. But this one, I mean, you know, it's better than most custom kits at this price, that's for sure. And again, just very simple shape. I like it. You know, it's not often you see a full one. Oh, that's another thing that is unique to this. Not a lot of 96% kits are a one-piece aluminum case, but this one is, right? It is one solid piece. Like most of the other ones are, they either have a, you know, like the Spectro where it has a plastic bottom, or it'll be like the ZZ96 where it's two pieces of aluminum. There's an aluminum top, there's a top and a bottom, and then like some acrylic pieces as diffusers. But this one is a solid chunk of aluminum. So this is kind of like the Enjoy PPT 75 that's on my desk back there. It is one of the few tray mount kits that are a one-piece aluminum construction. Yeah, so definitely chunky. In terms of the anodizing, I'd say, honestly, I will admit, I am kind of impressed with the anodizing for something from YMDK. I was expecting it to be noticeably worse than, say, KBD fans and something. Some other kits, but again, there's no color matching involved. At least you don't have to worry about matching the top and the bottom pieces because it's just one piece, so that's fine. I would give this a 6 out of 10, I'd say. So the only knocks are, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe close to 7, honestly. But the problem is it has some CNC marks. You can see the corners. You have I don't know how well you can see that. There are some radial CNC marks in the corners. As you can see, lines and stuff. Kind of hard to see because of the reflection. Reflection makes it incredibly difficult to capture. Yeah, but the consistency is there, and there is some streaking in the back. You will see. Again, it's so hard to tell on camera just because the whole thing is silver. But there is some streaking, just less than a handful of lines, really skinny lines going across. But nothing in the sides, right? Look at that. Nothing in the front as well. There's some dullness here and there. Some splotches, I guess, of dullness. Which is why I'm not giving it like an 8 or a 9, right? I'm giving it a 6 or a 7. I want to say 7 just because... Okay, then there's dark spots. Is that just me or is that... Yeah, like the main problems are in the back and they're not even big problems. Top bezels, nothing really wrong. But I'd say, honestly, if you bring this to almost anyone, they would actually be really impressed with the anodizing. Like, just because it doesn't have any obvious flaws at all. Just pretty nice. I'm surprised at the no nicks and scratches too. Because most of the time, budget kits, that's usually a concern. But yeah, look at the silver bottom. Look at how clean that is. There's no real problems, right? The sheen is pretty consistent. There's nothing really wrong with it. So yeah, in terms of anodizing, I am quite impressed. I was gonna give it a 6, but you know what? I think a 7 is more fair just because, again, there's no glaring problems with it, and the silver is consistent. And when I think of what a 6 is, right? Like, when I think of a 6, let me think. Like the Zephyr, I gave it a 5 or a 6, right? Like a 5.5. And then, what did I give a 6 to? But yeah, because this is again just surprisingly good. I was not expecting it to be this nice. The anodizing makes it look like an Apple product to most people. I think they won't be able to tell the difference. They'll be like, oh, that looks pretty neat. Yeah, the silver is just pretty nice. Now I can't say it will be the same for the other colors, but at least for this silver, they did a good job. That's for sure. Yeah, it's between 6 and 7. I wouldn't mind giving it a 7, honestly, because when I think of boards that were 6, I think that this is a little better. Yeah. So again, Matrix Able Plus version dark was a 10. The brown tofu was a 9. The LZCP and the TXCP were a 9 as well, like an 8, close to 8 to 9, like, you know, just barely under the tofu. What was an 8? I don't remember. So it looks at least as good as my silver no bar touch, to be honest. I hate to say it, but I've seen no bar stuff in person. Like the crazy the industrial finishes are pretty cool. Like we're talking like, you know, like the kitchen countertop type finishes, you know, the where it's grainy and all that. Those are cool, but in terms of his anodizing, I was not too. Yes. So if you're talking in terms of anodizing, like the Cooler Master, the No Bar Cooler Master aluminum case that I unboxed and did a swap for. I don't know if you guys remember that on the Cooler Master board. It was, you know, a collaborative project between No Bauer and Originative. That one is definitely, yeah, see, that one I gave it a 6 or so, right? I think I gave it a 6 or so. This is better than that one, like just slightly better. Yeah, because that one still had some problems. That one, the problems are a bit more glaring and obvious. This one, the problems aren't as obvious. Mr. Keep says, remember that Matrix Able Dark Plus you've been on stream? I managed to get one a few days back, so excited. I hope your RGB strip works, because the one we got, it ended up not working because it arrived bent. But I just mentioned, Mr. Keeps, that Matrix Able version Dark, Able Plus version Dark that I got is the best custom keyboard kit that I have ever worked with, that I've ever seen. The anodizing was, the finish and the anodizing, number one, right? It's uncontested, just too good. So I'm excited you're getting it. Hopefully you get one as good as the one that I got to build for the Eerie Cold, because then you'd be able to back up my claims. It would be nice. So when is it arriving, or did it arrive already? I have a 3.14 no bar touch. It seems almost perfect to me, but a slight blemish on the bottom part. Yeah, see, so I have been impressed with no bars, you know, powder coating and all the other finishes, but his anodizing, I think that it's better than average. That's for sure, right? It's better than TGR's anodizing. It's better than just most anodizing out there, but I wouldn't say it justifies some of the prices for the anodizing kits, the anodized kits. The other ones, yes, the special finishes, I get it, right? Like nothing else, no one else offers those. Like the what are those called? Like the hammer finishes. I can't remember what that's called. But anodizing was just, I don't know. I wasn't impressed with the anodizing from No Bar. Like it was all right. How date your tags about my wife? Yes, Chokan. Typos when you're. I like when your voice breaks when you're trying to make a joke. Silver just seems to be a safer bet for anodizing. Yes. Gray is surprisingly difficult apparently. Black is easy-ish as well, and of course all the other colors are difficult. Conservative one-piece bathing suit, little beat up too. It's equivalent of a middle-aged mom. Maybe, NGB, maybe. People complain about $800 keyboards that come as a complete kit, but yet No Bar doesn't get as much flack for selling $1,000 cases. Yeah. Although the $1,000 cases, are those done with stainless steel, or is that with just aluminum? Because that's either stainless steel or Those are either stainless steel or brass, right? Maybe? I don't know. I don't keep up with his stuff that much. Just because, you know, I don't have Topper boards. I don't have anything that I really care for just getting cases for. Panda Suit says, my E7V1 has a lot better anno than No Bar Touch, to be honest. Yes, see, that's what I think too. I think that his anodizing is his anodized cases are his weakest kits, I'd say. Right, like the other ones, again, like I can see why, you know, like, okay, I can understand why you want to keep those prices high. I get it. Quality control, right, it actually looks good. And, again, it's unique. But the anodized ones, I'm just like, you know, like, I've seen better. So No Bar stopped anodizing only Sarah could. Maybe. Again, like, I'm not quite sure. But Cyber Sam, welcome to the stream. Yeah, like I said, I don't keep a close eye on his stuff anymore just because, like, you know, the last time I cared that much was when I had a Nova Touch. But that was a long time ago. But hey, if he can have a great Cerakote shop, then I'm pretty excited. So it's nice to see other finishes. It gets boring when you only get to see yourself finishing. Really want the aperture finish on a board? You mean that that mirror polish type look? Okay, 2 weeks or so, says Mr. Keys. Well, let me know when you get it and let me know what you think. I will be... I'm curious to see if your kit will be as good as the one that I got to build. And I think it's so high risk when you spend so much on machining, I get moving away from it. Is it really that much high risk compared to Cerakoting it though? Okay, hammer tone. Is that the term I was thinking of? I was thinking hammer something. Yes, hammer tone. See, for me, I like the I would like hammer tone on, say, like accent pieces on a keyboard kit, but not. I don't really want a full keyboard with that finish. If that makes sense. Hammer time, hey. Ho ho ho. Yeah, so you know, if it has a brass weight or just something, or just some additional piece somewhere, you know, like I would like the weird finish on it, but I wouldn't enjoy it on just like the entire board. Yeah, like didn't he have a Ferrari red type finish where it's exactly that textured Ferrari red type of powder coat? You get really shit Cerakote. Oh yes, I am familiar with that because one of my boards had pretty disappointing Cerakoting. Not as bad as what Mr. Keeps got though. His was worse than what I had to endure. Is it easier to redo Cerakote? Maybe. But the thing about anodizing is you could strip it and just Cerakote over anodizing. Alright, I think that Soon as sandblast it? Yeah. That's why the good places will sandblast it. The place that I brought my TX75 to, they didn't sandblast the kit before they Cerakoted it. Whereas MK Tyson, the guy that did the Time TKL and, you know, was proxying a bunch of boards to get Cerakoted, that shop actually sandblasted the parts before Cerakoting. That's why they ended up so nice. Like the Time TKL was Cerakoted because of flaws with the board. The corners had, you know, scratches. The anodizing was just kind of stripped off. Like, it was just a lot of problems. And so because of sandblasted and Cerakoted over, it completely masked all the cosmetic flaws. Yeah, but that's why I'm saying that I wouldn't say anodizing is high risk, because it is, you know, reversible. Yeah, because it's basically just, you know, it's better than shipping something bare. You know, like, people will have the option, and if it sucks, then, you know, you could refinish it. You know, that's still, it's not ideal, but it's definitely not as, you know, I wouldn't call it high risk. That's what I'm saying. Can we do sandblasting in our shops? Just don't buy it. Yeah, a lot. Like the one I went to, you walk in, it just smelled like paint and marijuana. You walk in, you're just greeted by just you're just like, what the fuck is this smell? And then, you know, at first you're just like, what is this? And then you sort of figure out, okay, I can tell the paint smell, and I can tell the marijuana smell. Those two don't go well together. But yeah, so I walked in, and it was just that, and then it was just kind of sketch. Like, it was this dilapidated old house in, like, almost in the middle of nowhere. Like, it was this really crappy suburb. There's no build today. We're just doing an unboxing. Well, a couple unboxings, and then I have some. Oh, I forgot to put these away. Candy bar group buy? No. What about it? And yes, not Zesty Salsa. He powder coated his N-case M. Was it an N-case M1? He powder coated the top, I want to say, or the side panel. Side panel. Or was it the top panel? Because he's been talking to me about it.